wanted to make this video earlier when I could just sit and talk and be outside and still. But you know, if I had really wanted to, I would have done that because I had a chance. You know what I did instead? I made coffee. I messed around with some brewing devices that I haven't used in a while because that was what I wanted to do, really, ultimately. That was what felt good. I have not played around with brewing coffee at home with a manual brewing device in several years, and it's something that I used to love. It brought me a lot of joy and satisfaction, and I am excited to be getting into that again, and excited to have the chance to do that. And so I'm glad that I did that then, and I'm doing this now. And there's something about those words that is that feels significant to me. I'm glad that I did that then, and I'm glad that I'm doing this now. And that is all of life experience, isn't it? There's really nothing to regret. Everything is building. Everything is building upon what came first and what is coming next, and it's just a continuous evolution, and there's no end to it. So there's no need to feel rushed or squeezed for time. We are not short on time. It really is infinite. There really is no end. So even when we think we have achieved some sort of result, it's still momentary, it's still temporary. It's only the result of that moment, and that result is going to be built into the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and there just keep being next ones, because this is the song that never ends. Somebody started singing it. You're welcome. Now that's in your head. What I wanted to say this morning is that it feels like something significant has shifted. Something has ended. Something has ended, and a new phase is beginning. Because again, that is life. Life is liminal. Life is in continuous phase shift. And that is beautiful. That demonstrates the endless nature of it. That it is always in motion, and yet that which is experiencing the motion is always still. There is actually a permanence, a stability in both. You can count on motion happening. You can count on change. You can count on the impermanence of the form as it currently is. The form of the form, or the form of being, perhaps. But I am increasingly seeing that there is not such a difference between form and being. Because the form is being, and the being takes form, has form, and even in the formlessness, what we might call nothing, or pure being, or closer to pure being, or even absolutely pure being, even there in the formless, there is a kind of form. I don't know that I'll be able to describe this, And feel free to disagree. This is just how I experience it. I am seeing that because being is presence, right? There is something there, even in what appears to be the absence of form. It's really just a very subtle form. And the word formless seems to me to indicate not the absence of form, not minus the form, but a kind of form that is itself sort of in the negative. Do you see what I mean? I have to get over it. Thank you. Thank you. Like the negative space, you know? Formless is a kind of form. That's what it seems to me. It's just the subtle version. It's just the version that is not so apparent, that is not so visible, tangible, tactile. It's still there. It's just a different kind. In the same way that in a piece of music, you have the notes, and then you have measures of rest. And that rest is not different from music. That rest is music. It's not even really the absence of notes. It's not an absence. It's just the presence of a different kind of note that is no particular note. That is no note yet. No identifiable, no clearly defined note. And yet it's still notated, isn't it? We have a symbol in sheet music for a measure of rest. It's not even just space. I mean, the space between notes, which is interesting. It's like deliberate space. Can you feel what I mean? The rest, the measures of rest, are not other than music. It's just a different kind of music happening, integrated in all of it. So the music never ends. There are just periods of rest, this subtle form, this almost negative space, the form less, right? Like minus, which is not without, it's just a sort of inverted kind. But the form is always present, and so I'm seeing being and form as pure being is a form of being. And then it seems everything is pure being, ultimately, all forms. They don't become impure by becoming the gross form. It's still pure being that is there, that is being, that form is purely being. And so then what is the difference? There appears to me to be no difference between being and form. Being is a form of itself, and all forms are forms of being. Something has shifted. The understanding, the recognition, the awareness, there's a settling. In the recognition of the liminal nature of experience and experiencing, that it is always happening, So always in transition. And so nothing is ever set. Nothing is ever set in stone. Nothing is ever done. Nothing is ever finished. And yet it is not incomplete either, because everything is here. But it's perfect. That which is in a state of disarray will become ordered, and that which is in a state of order will become disarrayed, and neither one is an absence of anything. Both are forms of being, which is the total presence of all things. Both are beautiful. There's no true decay, do you see? Because the kind of decay that we think exists is permanent. And there is no such thing. There is no permanent decay. There is only an ebb or an exhalation that is then the grounds for the flow, for the inhalation. The one begets the other, right? So there is no final out-breath. There is no final ebb that never flows again. That's just not what happens. It is the one sets up the next. And so death itself, what we perceive as death, is not an absence, it's not an ending. It is just a transition, and all of life is transitioning all of the time from one phase to the next, this phase shift. And in the inward and the outward, in the expansion and the deepening, there is satisfaction in both. There is growth in both. There is a period of rest and a period of motion, which will be followed by a period of rest, which will be followed by a period of motion. And throughout all of it, there is you. Throughout, there is you. You are there in the motion. You are there in the rest. You are there as it tips from one into the other. The whole time, you're there. You've never not been there. This is where we are. This is eternity. This is what, in recognizing, allows us to bask in the peace of eternity that is always there. That everything is always here. I am always here. You are always here. It's okay. You're not going anywhere. Nothing is going anywhere. You don't have to be afraid. But it's okay if you are. You don't have to panic, but it's okay if you do. You have eternity to recognize that everything is all right. You have eternity to feel the doubt arise, and the panic arise, and the fear arise, and to feel caught up in it and overwhelmed and swept away, and to see that it resolves, to see that it again comes to rest. You have eternity to see this again and again and again. There is no shortage of time. You have eternity to love. You have eternity to practice and to play and to develop and to compose and decompose and recompose. We are making art, and sometimes we tear apart what we have made so that we can make something new. But nothing is ever lost. It's the same components. It's the same artists. It's the same love of creation. It's all the same. Nothing and nobody is missing. So that too, what you love, what you really want, truly in your heart, what you love, is always here. It has always been here. And it always is here. Anything that you're looking for is here. And you can know that it's here because you're looking for it. You wouldn't know to look for it if it weren't something that you already knew was here. All of it, everything that you want. Love, connection, validation, acceptance, security, comfort, stability, abundance, peace, well-being. All of it always is. Because what is can't not be. It doesn't pop in and out of existence. The form changes. The form changes. But the existence of this does not. It cannot. What exists, exists. There is no unexisting. There is no not being. It is. It is either in obvious form, gross form, or subtle form, formless. It is all of the time. And so you can rest in the assurance that what you love is here, always. And I mean what you love. I mean the person that you love. I mean the animals that you love. I mean the activities that make your heart sing. You don't need to worry about separating the form from the being. They're intermingled. But you can recognize that what you love, don't think too hard about it. Just know, I love this. It's fine to call it a person, to call it whatever. Look at what you love and recognize that is always here. The form will change, but what you love, truly, the consciousness that is there, the living, breathing, that which is recognizing you, that which is feeling as it looks at you, that which is aware of you, that which knows you, it doesn't stop knowing you. It may be beyond name and definition, because you are beyond name and definition, but that doesn't mean that you don't have an individuated sort of presence and awareness. You do. You don't need to untangle this stuff in your mind. That which you love, you don't have to be able to name it or identify it. You can just look and say, I love that. And know, that is always here. Truly. Parents, lovers, family, friends, pets, loved ones are always here. Not in some nebulous, not really aware of you, just like floating about kind of way. No. Here, present, acutely aware, recognizing you. You meaning you. Recognizing themselves. Love what you love in the form that it is currently in. If what you love has passed from a physical form that you were familiar with, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with mourning that, but recognize that what you love is just in a different form. Right now, it's not gone. You are not restricted, you are not blocked from loving what you have loved and being loved by it. Love everything that you adore in the form that it currently is in. No forms are permanent, but what you love, that which is taking form, is. So love it now. You are free to love everything that you adore right now. Whether you can see it with your eyes and touch it with your fingers right now or not. And maybe, if you're really open to it, you might recognize that you can see it and feel it. It's just that the sensations that are presenting to you are different from what they were before. It's a different feeling, it's a different vision. But it's here. What you love is here. It is never not here. Nothing that you want, that you care about, is ever missing. There is no obstacle to your joy, to your loving, to your peace, your feeling of peace, your feeling of security, your feeling of well-being. That is never blocked from you. Never. The greatest lie, perhaps, of all human civilization is that you could be blocked from those things. That you could have diminished access to peace, to well-being, to satisfaction. The lie that that which you adore could be somehow taken from you, withheld from you. That is not possible. That is a misunderstanding. That is a misconception. That is missing the being. If you see the form and not the being, then you will misunderstand. But if you recognize the being, then you will see any form and be awed by its beauty. You will recognize the presence of what you love. And you will see more and more that what you love is always here. Love it in the form that it is in. Love it in the form that it has currently taken, whether it is a gross form or a subtle form. You are never separate from your love. Never. Never. Again, it is not possible. And it's okay to have the seizures, the thoughts that come up and frighten us, that say, but what if I am? That's okay. You can have those thoughts. It doesn't make that a reality. It cannot. So you are perfectly safe to experience those grips of doubt. And as I said, the more you experience them, the more you will see doubt rise and fall, fear rise and fall. You will feel the fear and then reach the place where you recognize that there was nothing to fear. But you will not condemn yourself for feeling it. You will have more and more grace and compassion for your experiences of fear, and you will have more grace and compassion for others in the grips of it. You will recognize that we are collectively stepping out of this delusion, this fever. That it takes time, and that's okay, because we have all of eternity for this. So what I want to leave you with is the word bask. Every sensation, every experience, be as a cat basking in the sun of that sensation. Whatever it is, whatever is here now, soak it up. Close your eyes, feel it deeply, relax into it. Or soak, the word soak is good too, like you are in a tub, like you are soaking in this warm, perfumed water of what is. And it's just seeping into your pores, and you know it's good. You know it's good. Whatever is here can be basked in. Cats know. Cats have always been phenomenal teachers. You can see that there is no urgency in basking. It is a recognition of eternity. The eternal goodness of being. A welcoming of whatever is, knowing that it is always refreshed, it is always renewed, it is continuously new. And you can just soak it up, bask in the form that is present. Recognizing the eternity of what is, the eternity of your being within it, of your experiencing, that everything that you love is here, nothing is ever missing. Even when you think it is, that's okay. You can welcome that experience also. You can, and you are safe to rest, to bask in what is, in the peace of eternity. Continuous, conscious, feeling, being. Welcome. Welcome. This is always here. You are always here. Everything. All that you love is always here. with you. So it is. I love you. Take it easy.